A common question I hear people asking is, who is the top SEO expert, or who is the top digital marketing expert? So I think this is sort of a loaded question, and I think there are a lot of people who are really good at SEO, but I also think there's a lot of people who are really good at SEO but don't make any contributions to SEO, right? So often I'll hear people say in threads, well, the best SEO experts don't actually teach because they don't have time for it, or they're making too much money so they don't want to share their secrets. So that's kind of like the same concept as when you hear a tree falling in the forest, or sorry, I just totally messed that up. When a tree falls in the forest and nobody's around, does anybody hear it? So I think that's sort of something similar, is like if people do SEO and they're an expert but you don't hear anything from them, are they making any contributions, and does it really matter whether they're not experts or not? So here's what I'm trying to say. I don't think that it's really important to point out that somebody's not an expert when they're trying to help other people. I think it might be a good idea to educate them. For instance, if they're trying to help people in ways that might not be beneficial. But I think there's such a negative outlook on this, and so many people get brought down in the industry because they feel like they don't know anything, or they don't know enough compared to some of the experts, which don't even teach anything, right? So that's what I'd really like to see more of in 2018, is sort of like more beginner people coming out and start teaching things, right? You don't have to know everything in order to be helpful. I think that's the biggest thing I'm trying to get at. I know a good amount about SEO, but I'll watch YouTube videos from like new people who go on YouTube. I just watched that one the other night, and this guy wasn't amazing at local SEO. Like, he was saying some things that weren't probably particularly right, but I was learning new things and new like viewpoints of like how he looked at things and different tools he was using, and I was actually learning some stuff from him. So what my point is that I think it would be nice to be able to see more people sort of take chances in the SEO industry and be able to develop their own edge on things. I'm just now starting to discover what my edge is on things. Like, I've always known with the video, but that's not really an edge. That's just like really an untapped market. There's a lot of opportunity in video right now, and I think that's for anybody getting into it. Of course, some niches are a lot more saturated in video than others, but especially in the SEO industry, super undersaturated. But in terms of my angle, like, I've been figuring out that I'm more of the type of guy who wants to help people in a way that is in a teaching way, right? And that's why I've really switched from doing like a lot of client SEO to doing more courses. And I still do client SEO because I think it is important to be able to brush up on my skills and be able to prove to myself too that I still know I can still do SEO to the be able to keep doing it with all the new algorithms coming out and all that kind of stuff. But do I, work on 20 clients or however many I used to work on at a time? No, I don't do that really as much anymore. But some people enjoy that. Some people don't want to be the experts, right? That's the other thing, is there's a lot of people who do SEO and want to be really good at it, but they don't want to have to broadcast to everybody or be this really well-known person or be a teacher. And that's the other thing, is some people just aren't really good teachers. Some people are like just don't really understand like what it is to teach people. And I think that's the other thing, is when you do start teaching people and you start learning how to teach people, I think it helps with a lot of stuff. I think one, it starts helping with your sales process, because when you're teaching, you learn how to describe things to people who may not necessarily know anything about your subject. And you learn how to actually just understand people in general, right? So the third part of that actually is it reinforces your knowledge on things. I think one of the best things for me when I got started was to start teaching, even though I didn't know anything, because it put me in a position where I had to know things. And when I have to do something and I don't have really a choice, right, because I have to be able to back up what I'm saying, it gives me the ability to learn at a way faster rate, because I have to be credible. The other thing is that when you're I had another point to that, but I lost it. So that's the talk for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be talking to you next time. And until then, happy SEOing.